Hello everybody and welcome to the second ever NXT pay-per-view in our WWE 2K25 Universe mode, the Great American Bash. Oh ho ho! Well, this is one way to kick off NXT Great American Bash for the 24/7 Championship. WWE Hall of Famer John Bradshaw Layfield, JBL, is in the house. JBL making his Universe Mode debut here tonight. And of course, JBL, very accomplished professional wrestler, also a former member of the Nation of Domination. As JBL, money reigning here on NXT Great American Bash, he's going to take on Mark Henry for the 24/7 Championship. And obviously, you know JBL, as patriotic as they come. Could you imagine, here at Great American Bash, JBL becoming the new 24/7 champion in our Universe Mode? Nobody's been able to beat Mark Henry yet. JBL, huge opportunity to do so, as here comes the champ, Mark Henry, here at Great American Bash, the world's strongest man, still with that championship on his shoulder. And Mark Henry, ever since making his Universe Mode return, has beaten everyone in his path. And Mark Henry looking to keep that championship around his waist for a very, very long time, as he will take on another WWE Hall of Famer in JBL here tonight to kick off NXT Great American Bash. Mark Henry has added a lot of people to the Hall of Pain. Can JBL be the newest member of that list? Mark Henry defeated D'Lo Brown a few weeks ago to win that championship. And then ever since, Mark Henry's beaten anyone and everyone in his path. Look at this behemoth, proving that he can still compete with the very best in this and the past generation. You hear the NXT chants pouring loud. We got an epic night of action here at Great American Bash. But first, the 24/7 Championship is on the line.
Introducing the challenger from New York City, weighing in at 290 pounds, John Bradshaw Layfield, JBL.
JBL is here looking to win that championship.
Texas, weighing in at 362 pounds, the 24/7 champion, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
The intimidating look of the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. Contractually a part of the Monday Night Raw roster, but obviously he is also allowed to compete here on NXT. JBL getting a good look at what he is fighting for. That is what it is all about. The prestigious 24/7 Championship is on the line. JBL the challenger, Mark Henry the champion. And here we go. What a way to kick off NXT Great American Bash. Obviously, every NXT championship is on the line here tonight. We're also going to crown our first ever NXT Cruiserweight champion. It'll be a 5-man ladder match to determine the first ever NXT Cruiserweight champion. Obviously, our huge main event for the NXT championship, AJ Styles defends the NXT Championship against Bandito. and Andrade in a triple threat match. Obviously, Shayna Baszler will challenge Jordynne Grace for the NXT Women's Championship. Dirty Dominic Mysterio defends the North American Championship against Kyle O'Reilly. DIY will challenge the Ops for the NXT Tag Team Championship. Cora Jade's going to hold an open challenge for her NXT Women's North American Championship. And obviously a big Extreme Rules match as well. Javon Evans one-on-one against Oba Femi. The winner will face the NXT champion for the title at a later date. And you see there JBL trying to get some shots in on Mark Henry. And this has been a constant for any Mark Henry matches we have seen here on Universe Mode over the last few weeks. Mark Henry is just that dominant. JBL's a Hall of Famer. He's a former world champion, but JBL is not going to be able to compete against Mark Henry. Well, he was able to knock him down, and now this could be JBL's chance. We rarely see Mark Henry on the ground, and if I'm JBL, I would keep my foot on the gas pedal and keep this assault going on the world's strongest man. Oh, well, there you go. Because, yeah, the second Mark Henry's back on his feet, he is getting right back into this match. Or Willie, JBL. JBL fighting back. This is the Hall of Fame mentality of JBL. And here we go. DDT and the big man's down. Maybe the best way to beat Mark Henry is with another WWE Hall of Famer. We didn't even think JBL would even be here, let alone compete in a match. And he is challenging for the 24/7 championship. Now he's got the torture rack, but Mark Henry's feet were on the ropes, forcing the break. Oh, but JBL into the power bomb. What power! JBL, can he do it to win the title? Almost gone and kick out at 2 by Mark Henry. And JBL was so close, but he could be closing in. Are we going to see it? Clothesline, no. Try to go for the clothesline from hell. Mark Henry able to avoid it. And smart strategy from JBL, trying to roll out of the ring. JBL was so close. If he would have hit that clothesline from hell, we could have very well had a new 24/7 champion. And remember, JBL can't win the 24/7 championship by count-out or disqualification. He needs to pin or submit Mark Henry. Oh, but Mark Henry, obviously champion's advantage. And Mark Henry's just holding down the ring. Now heading back out. Oh, but maybe he took too long. Now JBL throwing Mark Henry. And the count has been restarted. You see JBL now holding down the ring, waiting for Mark to get back to his feet into the clothesline. Not exactly the clothesline from hell he was going for earlier, but now Mark Henry. Even match here for the 24/7 championship here tonight at Great American Bash. And now Henry, dropping down Layfield. And now into the cover to retain. Here tonight, JBL kicking out at 1. Oh, but this could be it. If Mark hits this, has him up into the world's strongest slam. Is this enough to retain? No! JBL kicks out of the world's strongest slam. We haven't seen anyone kick out of the world's strongest slam since Mark Henry made his return to Universe Mode. And now you know Henry's going to make JBL pay. Here we go. The Vader Bomb. That could be it. Cover. Hug of the leg. And JBL kicks out again. The world's strongest slam and the Vader Bomb. And JBL is still alive. And now you got to think Mark Henry is frustrated. Now the thought has to be in the back of his mind, what do I have to do to retain my championship here tonight? And now the full Nelson Slam. And now JBL's feeling the effects. Mark Henry must be saying to JBL, you should just stay down. You should have just stayed down when you had the chance. Because now Mark Henry is about to show no mercy to JBL. Looking to throw him around like a rag doll. If JBL can't get the job done tonight, who the hell will? Oh! Headbutt, and I believe JBL's now busted open. He is. And now gonna go for it again. A second World's Strongest Slam. Cover. Count to 100. What? What the hell? JBL kicking out of the World's Strongest Slam yet again. What is there to give? What the hell is JBL on? Kicking out of 2 World's Strongest Slams. And now Mark Henry has got to be downing himself a little bit. JBL still alive, still kicking. JBL does not want to leave the Great American Bash without that 24/7 championship. Can JBL get the job done? We have never seen anyone in Mark Henry's entire title reign be able to match his power, match his dominance. JBL is still in this thing. Bloody face and all. And now Henry done playing games. JBL trying to get back to his feet by any means possible. Big boot by Henry. Into another cover. Shoulders are down. And Mark Henry retains the 24/7 championship here at Great American Bash. You have to respect the fighting spirit that JBL showed in this match. It looked like he was about to become our new 24/7 champion. The powerbomb to Mark Henry. He was so close to getting the job done, and then obviously Henry and JBL fought on the outside as well. And it was right here. We thought it was going to be a traditional title defense for Mark Henry. The World's Strongest Slam. Typically people only lose to 1. JBL kicking out. And then Mark Henry also went for this. Tried to go for the Vader Bomb, shades of the other WWE Hall of Famer. Vader Bomb was not able to get the job done either. Mark Henry was feeding punishment to JBL. And JBL was fighting until the very end. Even hit a second World's Strongest Slam to JBL. And that wasn't enough to beat him either. But a big boot was able to get the job done. JBL could fight no longer. And Mark Henry still champ. We were so close to potentially seeing the end of Mark Henry's title reign, but it continues here tonight at NXT Great American Bash. And now you got to think, who the hell will live up to the task and beat Mark Henry for that 24/7 championship? It seems like we're going to have to wait a little while longer. What a win for Mark Henry, and still 24/7 champion. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here on NXT Great American Bash. And here comes the former NXT champion, Nick Nemeth.
Weighing in at 228 pounds, Nick Nemeth.
And obviously, it was a very vicious assault. This past Tuesday night on NXT, we were supposed to be off the air, but our cameras picked up Nick Nemeth viciously assaulting NXT General Manager William Regal in the NXT parking lot last week. Nick Nemeth was pissed that he did not get a rematch for that NXT championship that he lost a few weeks ago to AJ Styles. And we have been told Nick Nemeth is going to have a match here tonight, but we don't know against who. Nick Nemeth is ready for a fight. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my God.
At 210 pounds, Bryan Danielson.
The American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, is here on NXT. Bryan Danielson is the opponent for Nick Nemeth. The first time Bryan Danielson will step foot in an NXT ring here on our Universe mode. And let's not forget, Bryan Danielson, he has a lot on his plate. Obviously at SummerSlam, he's going to take on Jon Moxley, where if Jon Moxley beats Bryan Danielson, Danielson must retire from in-ring competition here on Universe mode. But obviously we know the close relationship between Bryan Danielson and Sir William Regal. Danielson is here looking to defend Regal's honor and beat down Nick Nemeth. What a development here at Great American Bash. Oh, wait a minute.
Is an ambulance match.
Oh, this just keeps getting better.
Submissions, disqualifications, or countouts. The only way to win is for a superstar to force their opponent into the ambulance by any means necessary. After closing both doors, the remaining superstar will be declared the winner. Now, let the match begin.
An ambulance match. Nick Nemeth and Bryan Danielson here at Great American Bash. What a development. And it's been a long time since we have seen an ambulance match here on Universe mode. Let's not forget, the first time we had an ambulance match was on our Season 2 premiere of Monday Night Raw. It was Kenny Omega versus Adam Cole. And now we're witnessing Nick Nemeth versus Bryan Danielson in an ambulance match. This could be one of Bryan Danielson's final matches here on Universe mode. And he's in an ambulance match against the former NXT champion Nick Nemeth to defend his mentor William Regal's honor. And let's not forget, the only way to win an ambulance match is to throw your opponent in the ambulance and close the doors. And Bryan Danielson and Nick Nemeth, brief amounts of history in their professional wrestling careers, rivalry reignited here. Obviously, these two men are contracted to separate brands, but that's the beauty of NXT. Multi-brand matchups that you never before thought were possible. We didn't even think Bryan Danielson was even here. But Danielson is ready for a fight. And Danielson wants to put down Nick Nemeth. But Nemeth taking Danielson down. And this is all about Nemeth's frustration about not getting a rematch for the NXT Championship, not being added to that triple threat match in our main event tonight. And Nick Nemeth's going to take all that out on Bryan Danielson, just like he did on William Regal this past week on NXT. The wanted man really has become wanted. And now Nick opening the ambulance doors. Big shot to Danielson, and now here comes Bryan. Beautiful takedown. Bryan Danielson, former WWE Tag Team Champion, here on Universe Mode. And you gotta think, if Bryan Danielson can beat Nick Nemeth here tonight, and obviously if he beats Jon Moxley at SummerSlam, maybe we could see Bryan Danielson get an opportunity at the NXT Championship. You never know. Bryan Danielson's never been a singles champion here on Universe Mode. And now Danielson with the armbar. Remember, no submissions. But this is about torturing Nick Nemeth. And Nick able to get out of that predicament. Oh, here we go. Nemeth into the Famouser to Danielson. And Danielson, let's not forget. Oh, super kick. Danielson's history of concussions and neck issues. That's why he had to retire the first time. And it looks like Nick Nemeth is looking to retire Bryan Danielson early before SummerSlam. And you got to think Jon Moxley is watching this match somewhere, grinning from ear to ear, that there is a chance Bryan Danielson might not make it to SummerSlam. But Danielson trying to keep at this pace even after getting hit with the finisher, getting hit with the Famouser and the super kick. That is just how determined Bryan Danielson is, how perseverant this man is. That's why he is universally loved by wrestling fans alike. And now Danielson throwing Nemeth into the ambulance. And this could be it already. Danielson trying to close the ambulance, and Nick Nemeth able to get out of it. Nick Nemeth said, all I want is a rematch. All I want is that NXT Championship. Nick Nemeth won that belt at Heatwave in a 10-man gauntlet eliminator match. And Nemeth trying to close the door now. Danielson trying to use all his strength to prevent Nick Nemeth from winning this ambulance match. And Danielson able to survive. This match can end at any moment. Oh, big drop kick by Nemeth. The man formerly known as Dolph Ziggler. Nick Nemeth said this is his true self. Big shot by Danielson. And now what does the American Dragon have in mind? Danielson. Oh, look at Nick Nemeth talking trash. Oh, I believe Danielson was going to go for the Psycho knee. And these two men are brawling here on the outside. Both men trying to get each other in that ambulance by any means necessary. Danielson now into the label lock. The label lock in on Nick Nemeth. Nick is in trouble. Oh, and if I heard Nick Nemeth tap. But remember, submissions do not count in an ambulance match. Nick Nemeth, if that was a normal match, well, I should say if it was a Falls Count Anywhere match, Bryan Danielson would have won this thing. But now Danielson, this could be his chance. Nemeth could be out. Bryan Danielson could win this ambulance match right here. All he has to do is close the other door. Bryan Danielson can do it. Can he win this ambulance match? He's so close. Oh no! Talk about interception. We thought Danielson won this thing, but Nick Nemeth spoiling the party, as he always does. Oh, Danielson landing hard on the apron. Nick Nemeth was so close to losing this ambulance match. And Bryan Danielson now bashing Nemeth into the apron as well. Bryan Danielson, he knows Nemeth is weak. Danielson was so close to winning this thing. Drop kick from the top. Danielson just needs to keep the punishment going a little bit longer. until he is absolutely certain that he can close both ambulance doors and win this match. He was so close the first go around. Can Danielson do it this time? Looking to throw Nick Nemeth into the ambulance yet again. Danielson. Nemeth trying everything in his power, but it might not be useful. Danielson. Can he close the door? Danielson's almost got it. And again, Nick Nemeth survives. Oh no. Oh, knee right to the midsection. And Nick Nemeth looking to make Danielson pay. Oh, look at this. Nemeth on top of the ambulance. Nick Nemeth. Ah, into the splash from the top of the ambulance. And a famouser. What the hell? Got into Nick Nemeth. Zigzag. You have got to be kidding me. That is one way to get back in an ambulance match. And now what? Oh, try to go for the power bomb into the ambulance. Danielson able to avoid it for the time being. And now Danielson trying to throw Nemeth into the ambulance again. How the hell is Bryan Danielson still standing from that onslaught that Nick Nemeth just threw? Danielson trying to close the door again. All he has to do is just close that second door and Danielson's home free. Danielson trying. Can he do it? No, Nemeth survives again, and this match still going on. Nemeth gonna go, Danielson trying to go for the label lock again. Can he do it? Nemeth taps again. But again, submissions do not win. Oh! Bashing Nick Nemeth into the back of that ambulance. William Regal's got to be watching this match, grinning from ear to ear. Danielson again trying to win this ambulance match for the American Dragon. Can he do it? He's got it. Bryan Danielson has won the ambulance match here at Great American Bash. What an impromptu match we just witnessed between these two veteran talents. Both these men fought like hell, but in the end, Bryan Danielson was able to successfully secure revenge for his mentor, Sir William Regal. Look at this by Nemeth, a famouser on the outside, as well as the zigzag diving deep into his bag of tricks. It still was not enough for Nick Nemeth to get the victory, and Bryan Danielson were able to close the door and win here tonight. In what could be one of Bryan Danielson's last matches in his Universe Mode career, Bryan Danielson able to defeat Nick Nemeth in this ambulance match here tonight at NXT Great American Bash. What a win for the American Dragon here tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can see the ladders surrounding the ring. That is because we are set to crown our first ever NXT Cruiserweight Champion. As here comes J.D. McDonough, the Irish Ace of the Judgment Day.
Is a fatal five-way making his way to the ring, representing the Judgment Day, from Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland, weighing in at 180 pounds, J.D. McDonough.
J.D. McDonough, the second ever hardcore champion in Universe Mode history. That is the only belt J.D. McDonough has ever won. And obviously, the Judgment Day, everyone's been gunning for championship gold. Obviously, Dominic Mysterio, the current North American champion. Liv Morgan going after the Women's United States Championship. Finn Balor going after the United Kingdom Championship against John Cena. And J.D. McDonough, he has a chance now to bring home gold to the Judgment Day, trying to become the first ever NXT Cruiserweight Champion here on Universe Mode. And now here comes one of the most underrated talents in the history of Universe Mode, Trick Williams.
Weighing in at 205 pounds, Trick Williams.
And obviously, this is not the first time we saw Trick Williams here on NXT. It was this past Tuesday night. Trick Williams faced Javon Evans one-on-one before it was interrupted by the ruler Obafemi. I don't even think Trick Williams expected to get this golden opportunity here tonight at Great American Bash, an opportunity to make history and become the first ever Cruiserweight Champion in NXT. Trick Williams, not a lot of opportunities in his Universe Mode career, but this could be the start of an amazing run for this young man. One of the most charismatic wrestlers today. And here comes a man who's referred to as the one and only.
Weighing in at 188 pounds, Rick
Ricochet, the man who is so close to becoming the #1 contender for the NXT North American Championship. But obviously Ricochet, former multi-time 24/7 champion here on Universe Mode. Ricochet now has a chance to finally hold sanctioned Universe Mode gold in his career in the Cruiserweight Championship. And Ricochet, obviously, the first man you typically think of when you think Cruiserweight competitors. Ricochet has a chance to prove he is one of the best by winning this fatal 5-way ladder match for the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. You see him looking up at the sky, looking at that championship. And here comes, representing the Rascals, Wes Lee is here. Wes Lee, former 2-time AEW International Champion back in Season 1 of Universe Mode, former 24/7 champion as well. It's been a long time since Wes Lee has held sanctioned gold here on Universe Mode. That can change tonight if he becomes the first ever NXT Cruiserweight Champion. And look at this man. He has been waiting for so long to get an opportunity like this. Can this young man finally get back to the top of the mountain here on Universe Mode? And here comes one of the Death Riders who recently made his return.
weighing in at 190 pounds, Wheeler Yuta.
Who could forget when Wheeler Yuta made his Universe Mode return after a 2-year hiatus, betraying Bryan Danielson and joining the Death Riders. And Wheeler Yuta has a huge chance to win his first piece of championship gold in his Universe Mode career the Cruiserweight Championship, bring it home to the Death Riders. And I bet Jon Moxley would be very pleased if Wheeler Yuta is able to pull that off. But all 5 competitors are in the ring. That is what it is all about. The NXT Cruiserweight Championship. One of these 5 amazing Cruiserweight competitors is going to make history. Who is it going to be? Ricochet, Wesley, Trick Williams, JD McDonough, or Wheeler Yuta? This is what NXT is all about. The land of opportunity. You feel like you're not being booked very well here on Universe Mode. Oh, look at this. JD McDonough and Wheeler Yuta teaming up on Ricochet, I believe that was. Trick Williams trying to introduce the first ladder. And that's the thing with ladder matches. It could either be 20 minutes long or 20 seconds long. And all these amazing competitors are going to do whatever possible to get the win. Look at this. Ricochet with McDonough into the Hurricane Rana, and a big punch there by Wesley. Wesley felt like he was the certified jobber on Friday Night SmackDown. This is his chance to really improve his status. I believe McDonough was going to go for a tornado DDT there. Unfortunately, he was unable to connect. You see the Cruiserweight Championship hanging high above the ring. Wesley and JD McDonough exchanging blows. And Ricochet with a steel chair. No disqualifications, no pinfalls, no submissions. The only way to win is to climb the ladder and retrieve the belt. As Wheeler Yuta tried to introduce the ladder, Wesley preventing that from happening. But there's Trick Willie. Ooh, and a big shoulder tackle to McDonough there by Trick Williams. But JD McDonough saying no. We're going to keep this momentum going. Everyone else battling at ringside. Big strike there by Trick Williams. Wesley and Wheeler Yuta exchanging blows. Ricochet, I believe, is busted open early on in this contest. But obviously, blood, sweat, and tears, that's what you need to succeed in this business. As Trick Williams was brought to the outside of the ring, everyone else was in the way. I believe Ricochet was going to go for a big kick there. Wheeler Yuta in the way. All 5 men back in the ring now. And Trick with a big punch to Yuta. And now McDonough on the receiving end of punishment. Look at Trick Williams go. And now Yuta from behind. Oh, look at this. Driver by Wesley on the outside of the ring. And again, Trick Williams pushing the ladder out of the ring. That's the only way you could win this match. Everybody just wanting to beat the holy hell out of each other. But only one of these men can walk out of Orlando as the Cruiserweight Champion. Trick now with the ladder. Yuta with one of his own. Can Wheeler Yuta take advantage? Oh, try to go for a clothesline on Wesley. Wesley now beating the hell out of Trick now. Trick Williams, one hell of a performance in this matchup. Ooh, Ricochet with the steel steps to Wheeler Yuta on the outside. And now Wesley, barrage of strikes here. Oh, and the knee, and Williams now busted open. Wesley now looking to set up the first ladder, but JD McDonough has other plans. Piper's Pit. Drop kick by Williams. And this is Trick's chance. Trick trying to climb the ladder and grab the championship. Steel chair shot by Ricochet. Nobody realizes Trick is so close to winning this thing. Wes, what are you doing? Trick Williams has his hands on the gold. Trick Williams. Oh my goodness. And Wesley with the electric chair. Trick Williams was so close to becoming the first NXT Cruiserweight Champion. And now McDonough double stomp to Trick. And Ricochet, I don't know what he was going for there. Ah, Wesley throwing the chair right at Trick Williams. Powerbomb there by Ricochet. And now JD McDonough. Into the standing Spanish fly. And this could be JD's chance. Into the moonsault. Now has Wesley into the Devlin driver. And JD McDonough realizes this is his chance. If Trick Williams was that close, JD could be our first Cruiserweight champion. Trick Williams now on the top rope. Axe handle. Oh, and now the takedown. Ricochet has a hold of Trick Willie now. What a match between 5 of the most underrated cruiserweight competitors in Universe Mode history for an opportunity to become the first NXT Cruiserweight Champion. Williams setting up the ladder. Ricochet climbing on top. Ricochet has his hands on the gold. Ricochet could do it. Ricochet could pull the belt down. And Ricochet makes history. Ricochet is the first NXT Cruiserweight Champion here on Universe Mode. Talk about making a career. Ricochet has done the unthinkable. We know a lot of people never doubted Ricochet's ability. Well, he has the gold to prove it now. His first sanctioned Universe Mode Championship reign after all this time. And these 5 men fought like hell to try to make history. But in the end, Ricochet was in the right place at the right time. Trick Williams also had one hell of a performance. Ricochet climbed up the ladder. No one realized Trick Williams with the bookend to JD McDonough, and then everyone else was fighting amongst themselves. Ricochet was able to take advantage and get the belt. Ricochet makes history and is our first ever NXT Cruiserweight Champion here on Universe Mode. What a win for the one and only here tonight at Great American Bash. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we already had so much amazing action here at Great American Bash, but now it is time for the open challenge for the NXT Women's North American Championship. Who is going to take advantage of this massive opportunity? Oh, wait a minute. Jacy Jayne is back. I don't even know how long it's been since we've seen this young woman, but Jacy Jayne, formerly a part of Toxic Attraction, is back on Universe Mode with a massive opportunity for the Women's North American Championship. And JC Jane, obviously formerly part of the Toxic Attraction tag team with Gigi Dolan. But JC Jane finally coming back to Universe Mode, looking to challenge Cora Jade for the NXT Women's North American Championship. Look at JC Jane, ready for this amazing opportunity. Can she make the most of it and become the second ever champ here tonight? As here comes the champ, Cora Jade, who won the NXT Women's North American Championship at Heatwave in a fatal 5-way match. And Cora Jade, this is her first defense of that North American Championship since winning it. And Cora Jade has been waiting for an opportunity to call herself champion for so long, and you know, for Cora Jade, she's not willing to let that go away so easily. But we know how determined JC Jane is as a Universe Mode competitor as well. This is going to be one hell of an interesting matchup here at Great American Bash, as that is what it is all about. Here the NXT chants once again pouring out. This is going to be one hell of an epic match for the North American Championship.
Introducing the challenger from Tampa, Florida,
JC Jane is back and looks better than ever. Cora Jade with that belt in her hands. However, this could be the last time we see Cora Jade as the Women's North American Champion. Giving JC Jane a good look at what she is fighting for. That is what it is all about. JC Jane, the challenger. Cora Jade, the champion. Who's going to leave Great American Bash as North American Champion? We are about to find out. And oh, look at Cora Jade. An amazing counter to start off this title match. And I bet you Cora Jade is frustrated. We know the amount of history these two women have gone through here in WWE. And now a rivalry reignited here in NXT Great American Bash for the North American title. This is Cora Jade's first defense. JC Jane, this is her first match in Universe Mode in, I believe, over a year. And now Cora Jade with the headlock in the middle of the ring, trying to keep as much control of this match as she possibly can. Also try to slow the pace of this match down a little bit. Ooh, knee right to the skull of JC Jane. And now the axe handle. Very good control here by Cora Jade. Now into the cover to win this matchup, and a kick out by Miss JC Jane. It has been all Cora Jade, the champion, since the opening bell. Ooh, and the enziguri there. JC Jane could be showing signs of ring rust. Ooh. A nice takedown there by Cora Jade. And let's not forget, JC Jane, she can't win the North American title by count out or disqualification. She needs to pin or submit Cora Jade if she wants to become the new North American champion. But JC Jane trying to get as much control as she possibly can. Count of three here. JC Jane now on the top. I don't know what she's thinking of there. Probably just talking some trash. Oh, but now Cora, both these ladies showing barrages of strikes, trying to get any upper hand they possibly can. JC Jane now on the top. Oh, I don't know what the hell she was thinking of there. And now Cora Jade looking to take full advantage in the Luthez press to the challenger. Ooh. And now it's JC Jane knocking Cora Jade off. And now JC holding the ring down. Here we go. Ooh, JC was charging at Cora Jade. And that could have honestly gone to the champ's advantage. Ooh, try to go for the senton. Crash and burn there. Big strikes there by JC Jane. Who would have thought we would have seen JC Jane make her Universe Mode return and try to become the North American champion. She was trying to become the second North American champion in our Universe Mode's history. Can she do it? Crossbody. And now JC Jane trying to keep control a little while longer. But obviously, if she wants to win that belt, she needs to get Cora Jade back in the ring. And Cora now back in the ring. JC Jane. These two women could fight outside all night. Ooh. Big shot there by the challenger. And now bringing Cora Jade into the steps. And now the senton again misses. Cora Jade now looking to stomp on the arm of JC Jane. What does Cora Jade have in mind? Oh my God, again stomping on the arm. JC Jane's not going to be able to compete after this. She could be injured all over again. Count of 6 by the official. Both women have got to be careful. Cora again back in the ring. We could see a count out here. JC Jane needs to get back in the ring. No! A count out. JC Jane was not able to get back in the ring in time. And if I know anything about JC Jane, she's not going to be too happy about the way that match ended up. Look at this, so close. Referee counted 10, threw the match out. Well, Cora Jade celebrating champion's advantage. She is still the NXT Women's North American Champion. But if I know anything, I bet JC Jane's going to get a rematch real soon for that championship. Cora Jade and still champion thanks to a countout. We are back here at the Great American Bash as it is now time for an Extreme Rules match where the winner will receive an NXT title opportunity. As here comes the ruler, Oba Femi, who ever since NXT's revival has been hell-bent on being the ruler of NXT once again.
This is an Extreme Rules match. Making his way to the ring from Lagos, Nigeria, weighing in at 273 pounds.
And Oba Femi, let's not forget at Heatwave, had one hell of an incredible performance. Almost became our first ever NXT champion here on Universe Mode before he was eliminated by Joe Hendry and Nick Nemeth. And obviously he's been a thorn on the side of one young OG, Javon Evans, his opponent here tonight. Both men have been very hell-bent on wanting an opportunity for the NXT Championship. The NXT General Manager, William Regal, booking this match. The winner will either face AJ Styles, Bandito, or Andrade at some point in the near future for the NXT Championship. Oba Femi would love for that to be him. But here comes the 21-year-old prodigy. Javon Evans is here. Javon Evans, 21 years of age, on the biggest stage, trying to get an opportunity for the richest prize in NXT, his first title reign in his Universe Mode career. All he has to do is beat Oba Femi here tonight.
North Carolina, weighing in at 170 pounds. Javon Evans.
And Javon was very close to being the #1 contender for the NXT Championship here tonight. That was a couple weeks ago on NXT. He was in a triple threat match with Oba Femi and Andrade. But obviously Andrade was able to come out on top. Javon Evans knows what he has to do. It's a real-life David versus Goliath. Oba Femi or Javon Evans, who is getting an NXT Championship shot. We are about to find out. Oba Femi trying to have a ferocious start in this Extreme Rules match. The only way to win is by pinfall or submission. No countouts, no disqualifications. We must have a winner. And Javon Evans, this is the amazing work we've seen him do over the past couple of weeks. And Javon Evans, he could be a future player, a future main event player, not just on NXT, but also Friday Night SmackDown as well, if he plays his cards right. And now Javon, the one final beat to Oba Femi. Early into the matchup, Oba's skull landing right on the apron. And now Javon with a steel chair, wasting little time. He knows he needs to dive into his killer instinct if he wants any chance at beating Oba Femi tonight and becoming the #1 contender for the NXT title. And Oba tried to go for the elbow, failed to connect. And now Evans looking to throw the big man around, grab that steel chair again. Oh, right to the face. Javon Evans has been waiting for this night to get his hands on Oba Femi. We mentioned it earlier, but last week on NXT, Javon Evans went one-on-one with Trick Williams, and Oba Femi got involved, caused a disqualification, and that is what has led us to tonight. Both these men want to kill each other. Oh, Oba tried to use the steel chair. Evans able to avoid it. And the OG cutter onto the outside of the ring. Javon Evans Talk about shocking the system. Obafemi's getting demolished here, even though he has the size and the strength advantage. Javon Evans, the amazing technique. He's only 21 years of age, but he's wrestling as if he's been wrestling for 21 years. And here we go. These two rivals going blow for blow here in the middle of the ring. A ladder being introduced by Javon Evans. An uppercut by Oba. Obafemi wants to be the ruler. But if he wants to, he needs to beat Javon Evans here tonight and then beat either AJ Styles, Bandito, or Andrade. As now, here we go. Fall from grace. Fall from grace by Obafemi, and almost got the win just like that. Evans stays alive. This match continues. And now Obafemi grabbing the kendo stick and beating the hell out of Javon with it. Oh my God, breaking it over the body of the young OG. And now Obafemi showcasing his dominance. Oh, and now the elbow connecting by the ruler. Oh no. Oh, dropping Javon Evans onto the outside. And now Oba with the steel steps, throwing it right at the body. This is an Extreme Rules match, alright. Oh my God, now grabbing more steps. Oh, but no, he's going to go right for the young OG, realizing he's getting back to his feet. Poison Rana on the outside by Javon Evans. You got to think the three competitors in our main event tonight have got to be watching this match closely. And Javon, what the hell is this kid made of? This man doesn't know the meaning of the word quit. And now both men back in the ring. Evans could be closing in. The house call. Obafemi is stunned. What a splash by Javon Evans. Can Javon become the #1 contender? He's got it. Javon Evans is the #1 contender for the NXT Championship. What an absolute upset. What a match between these two amazing talents. And Javon Evans came in focused, came in determined, and it benefited in the best possible way for the young OG, using weapons. And look at this as well, the amazing OG cutter on the outside of the ring as well. Obafemi tried to have his moments of dominance, the fall from grace, and then as well as this. Beautiful takedown by Obafemi, even using the steel steps, but it was not enough to put the young OG away. This beautiful splash here by Javon Evans, and that was enough for Javon to get the golden ticket.
Here is your winner,
Javon Evans is the new #1 contender for the NXT Championship. And can we potentially be looking at our next NXT champion in Universe Mode? 21 years of age, this man is performing on the highest level. What a win for Javon Evans here at Great American Bash. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the NXT Tag Team Championships to be on the line here tonight at Great American Bash. And here come the NXT OGs. Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, DIY, the #1 contenders who beat the Good Brothers and the New Day in a triple threat match to get this opportunity. And of course, DIY, former Raw Tag Team Champions here on Universe Mode. Let's not forget, over the past few months as well, Ciampa and Gargano were focused on singles competition, more particularly Johnny Gargano. At WrestleMania, he failed to become the Intercontinental Champion. But ever since NXT was revived, DIY got back in a tag team competition. And they're looking to become NXT Tag Team Champions here tonight against the Ops here at Great American Bash. Could you imagine the feel-good moment, the full circle moment, if DIY managed to become the NXT Tag Team Champions? But here come the champs, the Ops. Hook and Katsuyori Shibata making their way to the ring. Of course, Samoa Joe accompanying these two men to the ring as well. Hook and Katsuyori Shibata became the NXT Tag Team Champions by beating Legado del Fantasma and the Creed Brothers in a triple threat tag team ladder match at NXT Heatwave. This is the Ops' first defense of those championships since winning it. Can it be the only title defense for the Ops? As that is what it is all about, the prestigious NXT Tag Team Championships. DIY versus the Ops.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the NXT Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 400 pounds, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, DIY.
Can DIY become champions in Universe Mode again?
Combined weight of 412 pounds, Katsuyori,
Katsuyori
and Cook.
Shibata and Hook, our first ever NXT Tag Team Champions, set to defend for the first time ever. And it's against possibly the greatest tag team to ever come out of NXT in DIY. DIY the challengers, the Ops the champions. Tommaso Ciampa looking to start off against Katsuyori Shibata. Here we go. Tag team titles on the line. And of course for Katsuyori Shibata, let's not forget, Night of Champions last year, he was the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. Oh, look at that. Johnny Gargano with a cheap shot to Shibata, but that really seemed to just light up a fire in Katsuyori Shibata. You got to think Samoa Joe really taught these two men a thing or two. And look at this. The challengers looking for a double team maneuver early, and that could really help DIY gain a lot of control in this championship match. DIY always talk about how much NXT gave them a platform to perform at the highest stage possible, and how grateful they were for their first NXT run. Now they're back and they want to hold those championships that they once held in real life. And Gargano is firing on all cylinders against Shibata into the elbow. And of course, it's going to take a lot more than that to put the Ops away. Not going to win the championships that early. And so far, besides Ricochet becoming the first ever NXT Cruiserweight Champion, every other champion so far has been able to retain their championships. As now Tommaso Ciampa. Oh, look at this. Feet are on the ropes. And Ciampa, let's not forget, not afraid to get his hands dirty. And look at DIY, how much they're able to control. Oh my God, a shatter machine. Shades of FTR, one of their former rivals. And now Hook is in this match. The cold-hearted, handsome devil, Hook. The son of the human suplex machine Taz, ECW alumni. And Hook is not afraid to get his hands dirty either. Hook's first piece of Sanctioned Championship gold. Oh, look at this. Gargano rolls through, trying to steal the championships early. And, of course, Hook kicking out. Still fresh. Oh, Johnny. I believe he was going to go for a submission move. Now a Hurricane Rana. And that's the beauty of Johnny Gargano. He could come at you at all angles. And DIY are controlling this match. Ciampa and Gargano, frequent tags, keeping each other fresh and in complete control of the match. It is now Ciampa who is legal. Referee having his hands full. And Hook kicking out quickly. You have got to be impressed with DIY's performance in this match. Oh, big drop down by Ciampa. Big springboard move by Gargano. This is the DIY of old. The DIY that is willing to dig down deep and do whatever it takes to be the winners. Another tag to Ciampa. Ooh. And the drop kick by Tommaso Ciampa. And Shibata's legal yet again. Oh, big shot there by Ciampa. And Samoa Joe now, you got to think, big look of concern for his proteges here. Tommaso Ciampa is brutalizing these two men. But now Shibata looking to get back into this match for his team. Here we go. Into a figure 4 leg lock. Oh, wait a minute. Well, Hook and Gargano brawling on the outside. It's now momentarily a singles match. Ciampa. Oh, is probably going to go for Project Ciampa there. Shibata able to counter. DDT by Ciampa. And Hook is beating the hell out of Johnny Gargano. No one to tag for Tommaso Ciampa. He needs to dig down deep on Shibata. And Samoa Joe as well at ringside could play a factor into this match. Ciampa with the drop kick to Shibata right in front of Samoa Joe. And now Ciampa just now realizing Hook brutalizing Johnny Gargano. And now Ciampa looking to make Hook pay. Ow! Hook skull first into the apron. And now this could be what the Ops needed to get back into this matchup. Oh, Gargano saving his partner. And it is chaos in this tag team championship match. These two teams looking to beat the hell out of each other. Count of 6 by the official. But now the two legal men back in the ring. As it is Shibata in control of Ciampa. And this is what the tag champs needed. After DIY's strong start in this match. And now Hook. Oh, Ciampa able to counter. And are we going to see yet another double team for DIY? Oh, wait a minute. Meeting in the middle. This could be it. Do we have new tag team champions? No. Well, Shibata was going after Ciampa. He wasn't trying to break up the cover from Gargano. And I bet now Gargano's confused over who the legal man is. But Gargano continuing the onslaught here. Shibata and Ciampa now brawling on the outside. This match has really gotten chaotic here for the NXT Tag Team Championships. And now Hook. Ooh, brutal suplex to Johnny Gargano. Belly to belly. Cover. And a kick out by Gargano. Not going to be enough after DIY's strong start, but Hook. Ooh, the knee. Right to the skull of Johnny Takeover. And now Hook just looking to batter down Johnny Gargano. Gargano now rolling out of the ring. And now Hook again looking to just absolutely decimate Johnny. Isolate him from Tommaso Ciampa. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Into a suplex onto the outside. Did you see the way Gargano's leg landed on the steps? Gargano could be out. This is the Ops chance to retain the championships, and Ciampa immediately getting himself involved. Oh, and Gargano's still in this thing, into the DDT. Hook is busted open, and that gave Gargano an opening to tag in Ciampa. What a match for the Tag Team Championships. Oh, chop by Hook. And Hook could be closing in. Oh, big shot to the midsection. And now the belly-to-belly suplex. Oh, Ciampa back to his feet. Oh, but Hook saw it coming. And are we going to see it? Are we going to see the Red Rum? We are. The Red Rum is in. Middle of the ring. Oh, wait a minute. Ciampa taps. Gargano was too late. The Ops are still NXT Tag Team Champions. But my God, what a match. It was chaotic from start to finish. And DIY, I was very impressed by that performance. I thought for sure that DIY, our second ever NXT tag, did what they did best. They isolated the tag advantage of chaos. Look at this, the meeting in the middle to Hook, which we thought was definitely going to be it. Shibata beat the hell out of Ciampa on the outside of the ring, which allowed the Ops to really take advantage. Look at this by Hook. The beautiful suplex. Gargano landing brutally, and then the Red Rum to Tommaso Ciampa, and that was enough for the Ops to win.
The NXT Tag Team Champions, Katsuyori, and
The Ops successfully retain their NXT Tag Team Championships. Hook, Samoa Joe looking on, absolutely proud of his proteges for that amazing performance. And you got to think, who could potentially be next for the Ops for those beautiful NXT Tag Team titles? We're going to have to wait and see. But what a win for the Ops, and still NXT Tag Team Champions. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the NXT Women's Championship to be on the line now here at Great American Bash. And what has been a deeply personal contest, as here comes the submission magician, Shayna Baszler, who's looking to get back on top of the NXT women's division. And Shayna Baszler didn't get this opportunity the traditional way of winning a #1 contenders match or nothing like that. She beat down on Jordynne Grace at the NXT parking lot to stake her claim for the NXT Women's Championship. And Jordynne Grace, being the fighting champion that she is, challenged Shayna Baszler for a title match here tonight at Great American Bash, which Shayna Baszler, of course, graciously accepted. And Shayna Baszler is one hell of a dominant Universe Mode competitor. However, shockingly, yet to become a champion in her Universe Mode career. That could change tonight if she manages to beat Jordynne Grace here tonight and win the NXT Women's Championship. But here comes the champ, the first ever NXT Women's Champion, Jordynne Grace. And obviously Jordynne Grace, former Raw Women's Champion as well, here on Universe Mode. Jordynne Grace, in her short Universe Mode career, has accomplished so much. But this is Jordynne Grace's first defense of the NXT Women's Championship since she won it at Heatwave. And Jordynne Grace, you heard her theme song say, "It's not over until I win." And that perfectly solidifies Jordynne Grace's entire Universe Mode career. And what a match we are about to witness here at Great American Bash, as that is what it is all about. The beautiful NXT Women's Championship. You hear the welcome home chants regarding Shayna Baszler. It seems like the fans are rooting for the challenger in this one.
Introducing the challenger from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler.
Can Shayna Baszler finally win gold in her Universe Mode career?
Texas, the NXT Women's Champion,
Jordynne Grace pointing at Shayna Baszler, saying, "You will never hold this." What a message to be sent right before a title match, as that is what it is all about. The prestigious NXT Women's Championship. Shayna Baszler, the challenger. Jordynne Grace, the champion. Who's going to walk out as the champ? We are about to find out. And here we go. Two of the most dominant women's wrestlers in the entirety of Universe Mode set to collide for that NXT Women's Championship. Jordynne Grace looking to control the match in the early stages technically. But let's not forget, Shayna Baszler, she's a former MMA fighter. She knows what it's like to be on the ground as well. Try to control the pace of a fight. Oh! Jawbreaker there by Jordynne Grace, trying to break the hold. And now we're right back to the collar and elbow tie-up between these two amazing women. And the referee's really going to have his hands full calling this match. Oh, and Shayna with the cheap shot to Jordynne Grace. And Shayna Baszler agreed. No Pure Fusion Collective at ringside for this match. Shayna Baszler wanting to prove she can win the NXT Women's Championship all on her own. Covered there by Baszler now, and a kick out by Jordynne Grace. Not going to be able to win the title that early. And look at this by Baszler. Oh, look at this. The power by the challenger. And Shayna Baszler says she has the home field advantage. NXT used to be her home. Look at this, the armbar now. The armbar on Jordynne Grace. They don't call her the submission magician for nothing. And Jordynne Grace able to break out of that hold. This is all about who wants it more. Is now the champion with the headlock. Middle of the ring. Wanting to make sure that she keeps that NXT Women's Championship in her possession. Ooh, beautiful takedown now. And now on the floor. Well, I should say the canvas. Baszler trying to power her way through. Pushes Grace off. Drop down. Ooh, into the trip. Great athleticism there by Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler's had opportunities at the SmackDown Women's Championship in the past. Unfortunately, has not been able to win it. This could be her chance to finally win gold. She is in complete control of Jordynne Grace in this match. Ooh, try to go for the shot in the corner. Jordynne able to move out of the way. And now this is the champion's chance to get back in this matchup. Oh, wait a minute. She's looking to go for it early. Has her up into the spinning driver. And can this be enough to retain here tonight? No. Almost got her. Fight forever chants by the fans in attendance. And now Baszler. Oh no, Grace. Irish whip. And oh my God. And the kip up by the Juggernaut. Jordynne Grace, former TNA Knockouts champion. Oh, look at this now. Into the clotheslines. Oh my God. Nearly took Baszler's head off. And now Shayna rolling out of the ring. Here comes the champion. Tope Suicida. As this NXT Women's Championship match is really getting physical. Jordynne Grace trying to keep that Women's Championship in her possession. What a night it has been here at Great American Bash. Ooh, now the elbow. Jordynne Grace into the power bomb. And a knee right to the face of Shayna Baszler, trying to make Baszler pay for that attack on the NXT parking lot. And Jordynne Grace taunting the fans. And now this is Baszler's chance. Baszler took advantage into the ground and pound strikes, and now the armbar. Oh, but Jordynne grabbing the bottom rope, forcing the break. But Baszler knows if she wants to win that title, she needs to keep her foot on the gas pedal. Because Jordynne Grace is a dominant women's competitor. Baszler could be closing in on her first championship reign. Here we go. The Piper's Pit. Shades of her former tag team partner Ronda Rousey. Cover on Grace, and oh, a kick out at one. Kick out at one by the champion. And now Baszler. Can she hit it? The Kirifuda clutch, middle of the ring. The Kirifuda clutches in on the champion. And oh, Jordynne Grace refusing to tap. But you saw the way Jordynne Grace was squirming. She was close. Oh. And a clubbing blow now by Baszler. And look at Baszler. The way she's able to control a match, now going for the legs. And Jordynne Grace rolling out of the ring. Oh, slap right to the face. Ultimate sign of disrespect. Now an Irish whip. Oh, try to go for the trip again. Jordynne Grace able to avoid it. And now has Baszler where she wants her into the driver. Is this enough to retain the championship? She got it. Jordynne Grace retains the NXT Women's Championship. What a match between these two dominant women's competitors. But in the end, it was Jordynne Grace who wanted it more and took full advantage. Look at this, beautiful tope suicida. And Shayna Baszler, she fought hard, she fought strong. There was a portion of this match where we thought Shayna Baszler could have gotten the job done and become the new NXT Women's Champion, but Jordynne Grace shut that all down, hitting the driver, stacks her up, and that was enough for Jordynne to retain here at Great American Bash. Jordynne Grace keeps hold of that NXT Women's Championship. Shayna Baszler's in the rear view mirror. And now you got to think who could potentially be next for the Juggernaut as she celebrates that hard-fought title defense. As Jordynne Grace and still NXT Women's Champion here tonight at Great American Bash. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our co-main event of the evening, as it is for the NXT North American Championship, as it is set to be one hell of an epic contest, as here comes the Violent Artist, Kyle O'Reilly of the Undisputed Kingdom, looking for his first piece of championship gold in his Universe Mode career, the NXT North American Championship. Obviously, the last time we really saw Kyle O'Reilly in a PLE, it was at Crown Jewel, where he and Roderick Strong of the Undisputed Kingdom failed to defeat the Street Profits for the WWE Tag Team Championships. Now Kyle O'Reilly is the number one contender for the NXT North American Championship. He won an 8-man battle royal on NXT this past Tuesday night to become the number one contender and get this opportunity here tonight. And Kyle O'Reilly going it alone here tonight. No Undisputed Kingdom. He wants to prove that he can win the championship all on his own. Kyle O'Reilly, an amazing technical wrestler, one of the best that we have here on Universe Mode. Can Kyle O'Reilly become our third NXT North American Champion? As here comes the champ, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, making his way to the ring, looking for his first title defense in his North American title reign. Dominic Mysterio beat Dragon Lee this past Tuesday night to become the NXT North American Champion. Well, I shouldn't say this past Tuesday night, 2 weeks ago. Dominic's second reign in his Universe Mode career. He's also a former WWE European Champion back in Season 1. And of course, the Judgment Day have had a hell of an expedition of gold this summer. Obviously, JD McDonough failed to become the NXT Cruiserweight Champion earlier tonight. Liv Morgan and Finn Balor are both chasing gold at SummerSlam. Can Dominic Mysterio keep that North American Championship in his possession against Kyle O'Reilly? It's really been a night benefiting defending champions here tonight at Great American Bash. Dominic also going it alone. No Liv Morgan, JD probably recuperating backstage from that ladder match. Dominic is all alone, looking to defend that championship.
Introducing the challenger from Vancouver, British Columbia, weighing in at 206 pounds, Kyle O'Reilly.
Kyle O'Reilly, can he win the championship?
200 pounds, the NXT North American Champion,
Dirty Dom is our North American champion, and he said he intends to be North American champion for a long, long time. However, can he keep it? That is the question, as that is what it is all about. Our co-main event of the evening. Kyle O'Reilly, the challenger. Dirty Dom, the champion. Here we go. And Kyle O'Reilly has been waiting so long for an opportunity like this, a chance at singles gold in his Universe Mode career. Oh, look at this. Dominic. Beautiful athleticism. Now trying to get control of Kyle's arm. This is a battle for control. Dominic Mysterio, heavily regarded as probably the best second-generation wrestler in pro wrestling today. And he's got the gold to prove it. You got to think, what does Rey Mysterio think about Dominic's North American Championship reign, as Dominic has control of the head of his challenger, Kyle O'Reilly. This is not the position Kyle wants to be in a takedown by Dominic, throwing Kyle like a rag doll. And now another collar and elbow tie-up. Oh, roll through by Kyle, trying to steal the championship. But Dominic rolls through on his own, shoulders down, and a kick out by Kyle. And now Dom, try to go for a tornado DDT. And now this is Kyle's chance to get into this match. Has Dominic up. Ooh! Punch right to the face. And like we said, Kyle O'Reilly looking to become our third NXT North American champion here in Universe Mode. In NXT's short history in our series. Yet another collar and elbow here. And Dominic now trying to utilize some strikes, but you can't win a striking battle with the violent artist. Oh, but Dominic could have been playing a little bit of possum there, and now just toying with Kyle O'Reilly here. Not taking his challenger serious. As now both men back in the ring, and Dominic now in complete control. Ooh, beautiful springboard maneuver there by the champion. You gotta think the rest of the Judgment Day are watching in their clubhouse, cheering Dominic on, making sure that he keeps that North American Championship for the Judgment Day. Going for the leg. Very smart strategy by Dominic, so that way Kyle cannot utilize those kicks that he likes to do, those strikes. And Kyle would like to bring home gold to the Undisputed Kingdom. Ooh, Hurricane Rana there. Beautiful connection by Dominic Mysterio. Oh, and now going for the neck. Dominic doing a very good job picking Kyle apart. And now beautiful moonsault. Oh, Kyle back to his feet. Try to go for something big there. Preventing Dominic from hitting whatever move that was. And a beautiful takedown. These two men going counter for counter. Dominic now heading to the top. Oh, I thought he was going to go for the frog splash early. Dominic, though, into the drop kick. And Dominic, oh, tried to go for the cross body. Kyle was way too far. And now, oh, here we go. Those were the strikes that we were talking about earlier. And Kyle is rolling. Oh, shot right to the face of the North American champion, Kyle O'Reilly, is feeling it here. Going for the cover early. Oh, but obviously it's going to take a lot more than that to put Dirty Dom down. And now just stomping on the body. Can Kyle O'Reilly do it? Powerbomb into the knee right of the face. Has Dominic bit off more than he can chew? The challenger on the top. Kyle could do it. Ooh, tried to go for a big strike. Failed to connect. And now Dominic taking O'Reilly down. Let's not forget Kyle O'Reilly was one of many men who lost to main event Jey Uso for the hardcore title. Dominic now into the frog splash. Is this enough to retain the North American title? Oh, and Kyle kicks out. 2.99. Dominic almost retained. Oh, but if that won't do it, this might. Dial it up. 619 connects. Kyle O'Reilly is out. Dominic now. And on a drop kick. This could be it. Cover. Hook of the leg. Dominic retains the North American Championship here at NXT Great American Bash. Kyle O'Reilly did an amazing job. However, in the end, it was Dominic Mysterio who came out on top. Kyle O'Reilly, unfortunately for him, it is back down to the drawing board. Dominic Mysterio did an amazing job picking apart the violent artist Kyle O'Reilly. If the frog splash wasn't able to get the job done, taking a page out of his father's playbook into the 619, and then getting creative into the springboard drop kick, and that was enough for Dominic Mysterio to put Kyle O'Reilly away here tonight at Great American Bash.
NXT North American Champion, Dirty Mysterio.
A successful title defense for Dirty Dominic Mysterio here tonight at Great American Bash. And Dominic said he intends on being North American Champion for a long time. That statement could very well hold true. What a win for Dominic Mysterio, and still NXT North American Champion. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time for our main event of the evening, as it will be a triple threat match for the NXT Championship. What a match we are about to witness, as here comes the original number one contender, Andrade El Idolo, making his way to the ring, looking for his first championship reign.
230 pounds,
And of course, Andrade won a triple threat match against Javon Evans and Obafemi to become #1 contender for the NXT Championship. Andrade, it has been well documented ever since our Universe Mode series began that Andrade wants nothing more than to be a champion here on Universe Mode. He's had numerous opportunities to do so. Unfortunately, has failed each and every single one. Andrade, I had the chance to speak with him before Great American Bash got on the air, and he said he is well aware that this could be his last opportunity to win a championship in his Universe Mode career. Andrade does not want to screw this opportunity up. But here comes a man who was added to this match.
weighing in at 207 pounds, the
Bandito was able to get himself in this championship match by beating the NXT champion AJ Styles not once, but twice. Obviously at NXT Heatwave, he beat AJ Styles in an open challenge, and then this past Tuesday night on NXT, he beat AJ Styles in a non-title match, where if Bandito won, he would be added to this match here tonight. A massive opportunity for Bandito to win his first sanctioned championship in his Universe Mode career. And let's not forget, Bandito a couple of weeks ago on SmackDown was very close to becoming the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam before he was eliminated by Cody Rhodes. And here comes the champion, the Phenomenal One, set for his first title defense ever since beating Nick Nemeth 2 weeks ago on NXT to win that championship. AJ Styles, can this be the only title defense in his reign?
from Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 218 pounds, the NXT champion, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
AJ Styles says he is coming very close to in-ring retirement, that he wanted one more championship run before he hangs up the boots for good. He managed to do just that by becoming the NXT champion. But AJ Styles says he still has a lot left in the tank, and this is a tough challenge for this man because AJ does not have to be pinned or submitted to lose the NXT championship here tonight. AJ is well aware. He's been in this business long enough to know that AJ is going to have to throw all caution to the wind if he wants to keep that NXT championship around his waist for a little while longer. But that is what it is all about. 3 of the most athletic names in Universe Mode for that NXT championship: Andrade, Bandito, and the champion AJ Styles, who is walking out of Great American Bash as champion. We're going to find out. And AJ going right after Bandito, and Andrade taking out AJ Styles. We knew this was going to be a fiery start. Big suplex there by Bandito. Bandito, former Ring of Honor World Champion outside of Universe Mode. But Bandito, he wants that NXT Championship. And it could very well be this man who ends up winning it all. Oh, suplex to AJ. Ooh, Bandito. Look at this. All 3 of these guys trying to go for their biggest moves. And Bandito, amazing power being applied there. And Bandito taking out both men as if they're nothing. Poison Rana there by Andrade. Pele kick by Styles. First man who gains pinfall or submission will leave Great American Bash with that NXT Championship. This is do or die for these three men. And Bandito now utilizing those strikes. This is the third time Bandito and AJ Styles has ever shared a Universe Mode ring. Big shot by Bandito on Andrade. And now AJ going right after his rival. Drop kick by the Phenomenal One. And now the champion in control of this triple threat match. And Bandito, a man who doesn't die, into a DDT. And now El Idolo. Andrade, he's had opportunities at the Intercontinental Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship as well. AJ Styles, former WWE Champion in the early days of Universe Mode, now the current NXT Champion. As now AJ in control of Andrade. Into the armbar, this could be it. AJ could retain right here. And let's not forget, it was in AJ's first title defense of his WWE Championship reign that he lost to Cody Rhodes. And AJ gonna go for it early into the calf crusher to Andrade. Bandito took out the official, which bought Andrade time to get out of the cover. The referee is down. Oh, and a takedown by Bandito. And Bandito is locked and loaded. Oh, with a neckbreaker to AJ Styles. Oh, Andrade tried to sneak up with that kendo stick. But Bandito utilizing his amazing athletic maneuvers. That is why Bandito is held at such a high regard here on Universe Mode, whether it's SmackDown or NXT. AJ Styles now. Oh, was probably thinking Styles clash there. Andrade, though, was able to counter. Oh, and now it was Bandito who was trying to sneak the kendo stick. And now Andrade utilizing the strike suplex with a bridge. Styles was able to instantly break out of that. Oh, tried to go for the forearm there. Andrade able to miss. These three men have clearly steadied one another heading into this NXT Championship match. Oh, missed the strike. But now AJ into the flatliner. And now Andrade. Uh-oh. Has Styles into the hammerlock DDT. This could be it for the NXT title, and Bandito immediately getting himself involved into the moonsault. Now Bandito cover on Andrade for the title. He's got it. Bandito is the NXT champion. Just like that. Bandito finally reaching the mountaintop here on Universe Mode. That didn't take long. Bandito utilizing his expertise. And now Bandito, the amazing luchador, is our third NXT champion in our Universe Mode's history. From missing out on a World Heavyweight Championship opportunity a few weeks ago to now being the NXT champion. All it took was a moonsault to Andrade. AJ was down. Perfect opportunity. And Bandito has done it. What a victory. Bandito finally wins gold in his Universe Mode career. He is our brand new NXT champion here on Universe Mode. What a victory for Bandito here at Great American Bash. And ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude NXT Great American Bash here in our Universe Mode. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to turn post notifications on, so that way you never miss an upload. And until next time, this has been your boy, Willie Alexander of Will's